This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2008, an excerpt from the book, The Greatest Thing You'll Ever Learn by Bob Griswold, and I'm Justin Malik, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to an award-winning podcast, thanks to you, where blogs are narrated to you for free with permission from the websites, and sometimes book excerpts too, like today. And I'll tell you about today's author right after the reading, so let's get right to the excerpt and start optimizing your life. An excerpt from the book, The Greatest Thing You'll Ever Learn by Bob Griswold. A practical application, projecting love. Let's begin with a simple but very powerful technique of projecting love that you can start using right now. This easy application of love energy will provide you with many instant and long-term benefits. To implement this technique, here is all you have to do. Whenever you encounter people, whether it's a stranger or someone you know well, say whatever you would normally say, but occasionally, particularly in the beginning, mentally project, I love you. Just say the words in your head and project them to the person to whom you are speaking. Your silent projection of love will cause your consciousness to access the unlimited universal source of energy. This simple act will instantly change the energy that you project and will have an enormous impact on you and the people you are with. When you project love, you will notice first that you feel more natural, and as a result, more relaxed, more comfortable, and more spontaneous. You'll be able to express yourself more easily and effectively. Your words will flow more smoothly, and you'll be less self-conscious. This happens because you are in touch with your higher self. You're being your true self. Your personality shines when you relax and be yourself. It is when you put on a facade and try to be something you are not that you distort your personality and make a less favorable impression on others. You may also notice a change in your attitude as you dwell on the positive thought of projecting love. You'll be in a more positive frame of mind. The lines of communication between you and the other person will burst wide open. Because of your heightened sense of caring, you'll listen more carefully and express more interest and empathy. You'll feel yourself sending out positive vibrations that'll make an enormous difference in your relationship with that person. When you use this love projection technique, not only will your attitude become more positive, your body language and your other nonverbal communication will also improve. You are likely to have an unconscious change in your tone of voice as you silently project love. Your body movements will become more natural and graceful, and you will smile more easily. These unconscious actions will affect how the other person perceives you and accepts you. These unconscious actions, by definition, are not things you must try to do. They're just natural byproducts of projecting, I love you. Unless you are really looking for these changes, you'll probably not notice any change at all in your behavior. Everything will seem perfectly natural because you are just being yourself. Surely you've met people for whom this all comes naturally. These are the natural leaders that we know, or the people with great charisma. But the key to leadership and charisma is the ability to make others feel good about themselves. And nothing makes people feel better about themselves than feeling that they are loved by someone else. People will subconsciously sense your positive projection and feel better about themselves. They won't know that you're projecting love, but they'll feel more positive and comfortable being with you. Of course, people enjoy being in the company of those with whom they are comfortable. They also enjoy doing business with people with whom they are comfortable. You'll also find that by mentally projecting love, you're not giving up your individuality or becoming submissive. On the contrary, it is enabling you to be more assertive. By establishing this type of friendly rapport with other people, it is easier and much more effective for you to let them know when you disagree with them. You'll be able to simultaneously communicate your respect for the person while expressing your own views. In essence, it is like saying, I like you, but I do not agree with what you just said, or I do not like what you did. When you project love, you surround yourself with an energy field of love. This energy field protects you from negativity. It dissolves all useless, irrational fears and creates an environment that is healthy, positive, harmonious, and enjoyable. You might expect it to be more difficult to use this technique when you are with someone with whom you don't usually get along. While this is often true, I say, do it anyway. Do it for yourself. Do it for your soul. In fact, it becomes more important to project love when you are around those who rub you the wrong way. To love one another is probably the most repeated directive in the great spiritual traditions. It is a big part of Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, and Brahmanism, to name a few. When you surround yourself with loving energy, you protect yourself from the stress and negativity that you usually encounter when you're with difficult and negative people. And in many cases, your projection of love will change their attitude as well. I urge you to use this technique often because I know it works. Project love to at least 3 people every day for the next 3 weeks. Do it in job interviews, sales presentations, public speaking, or any situation where you may be anxious or fearful. Love dissolves fear. Fear cannot exist in the presence of love. Do it to improve any relationship. Teilhard de Chardin, in his great work, The Phenomenon of Man, said it so well. Quote, "Love alone is capable of uniting living beings in such a way as to complete and fulfill them, for it alone takes them and joins them by what is deepest in themselves." End quote. If you use it in a job interview, it could easily make the difference between getting the position you are seeking and losing the opportunity. If you use it in sales calls, it could raise your income considerably, as well as making those calls much less stressful and much more enjoyable. This is a very practical technique. It doesn't take any extra time or effort, and as I said, it'll provide you with many immediate and long-term benefits. Please, please use it. You just listened to an excerpt from the book, The Greatest Thing You'll Ever Learn by Bob Griswold. I'll tell you about Bob and share some comments in just a sec, but first, thank you to the Wise Guide app, an amazing sponsor that I've been able to check out myself. It's created by Effective Learning Systems, which has been around for more than 45 years. They've taught these types of techniques that you heard today to over 50,000 people. If you're interested in overcoming procrastination, anxiety, depression, or if you're quitting smoking or trying to lose weight, the Wise Guide app can help with real, lasting changes by helping you identify negativity and replace it with healthy, positive thoughts, images, and feelings. This app helps you reach your full potential because it directly impacts your subconscious mind, the origin of every choice, behavior, and emotion. The amazing audio programs in the Wise Guide app provide exactly what your mind needs to master the thought habits that lead to greater health, happiness, and success. Just listen daily and the improvements happen automatically. So download the app today and start your 7-day free trial. If you do have secured an exclusive 30% discount if you choose to subscribe, go to thewiseguideapp.com/old to start your free trial. Again, that's thewiseguideapp.com/OLD to get started. Thank you to Bob for the excerpt. It's less of a book and more of a report. You can actually see the whole thing. I have it linked in this description. And Bob is actually the founder of the Wise Guide app and Effective Learning Systems, which is the sponsor I just told you about. So this gives you an idea of what great content they provide. This idea of projecting love and using it in different settings that he mentioned, like in a job interview or anxious situations, it reminds me of doing things like laughing or feeling grateful when we're in panic mode. These types of exercises can be super helpful at resetting your state of mind because it's incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to be super anxious while you're laughing or while feeling grateful, or in this case, projecting love. It's worth a shot. Like you said, it doesn't really take any extra work, and you never know what kind of positive impact it could have in your life. So try it out. Let me know how it goes. Thank you to Bob from the Wise Guide app for the report. Again, you can see the whole thing linked in this episode's description. Thank you for being here and listening every day. Have a very happy rest of your day, one full of projecting love. And I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.